Hi everyone, I'm Yvonne.
And I'm Brian.
Welcome to our channel. We are Y&B Adventures Over 50.
Join us as we adventure across New England.
Thanks, come along. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and big thumbs up.
Well, I finally made it down to the Fundy Trailhead. It's probably about a 2-mile walk just to get to the trailhead. But my hope is that I can make it from the Fundy Trail up to whatever the second trail is, and then eventually make it up to where the fire tower is on Mountain Trail. So we'll see. So this will give you a little bit of an idea of the trail. It's mostly fire road, but very pretty. Lots of things to look at. Some big trees over there fallen, and obviously they've cut down a lot of the problem trees that make sure the trail stays okay. I think this is the trail that I need to take. Woronoco Trail, split trail, 1 mile. So I knew my final destination is up on Mountain Trail to get to the fire tower. So let me see. Looks like I am right there. So I need to take this Woronoco Trail over to Split Rock Trail, to Shaw Trail, and then come down South Ridge Trail to the tower. So that's my plan. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that whole route or not. I guess I'll make a decision when I get closer. So over here you can see an area where obviously the park rangers have cut down a section of trees to probably create a fire break, so that they have some way of stopping a fire that happens on the trails out here. But they do a really good job of keeping the land well managed. Just wanted to point that out. We'll keep going up the trail here. Definitely not something that I could take my e-bike up. Yeah, this is definitely hiking only. Although there is a fire road that comes to the bottom of this trail. I just thought I'd stop and show you this cool little area of glacier boulders. Just naturally get tossed here as the ice started to recede, and it's cool. They're all scattered all over this area, all these giant boulders. So I'm probably about 3.5 miles in. I'm gonna see how far I can actually make it. I haven't got to the next junction yet, but the next junction is probably going to be the deciding factor of whether I feel like making it all the way to the fire tower or not. I'm hoping maybe if I make it to the fire tower and come down Mountain Road, I might be able to catch one of the park rangers and have them give me a lift back to the campsite, but we'll see. So a couple things about doing a longer hike. Usually when you get to about the halfway point, you've got two choices to make. One, you keep pushing ahead and make it to the end of the trail because you got to do it. Or you go back the way you came. You still have to do just as much work, and you don't get the enjoyment of actually accomplishing your goal. So I tend to be, whether I'm tired or not, I tend to push forward. Anyways, it looks like I'm coming to the junction here. Let's see, figure out where we are. So we're right here, and here is where we have a decision. So we've come up the Fundy Trail. Wait a minute. Fundy Trail to the Woronoco Trail. So I think I do want to go up Split Rock to Shaw Trail and then down South Ridge. Whew. That's a lot. So I think at this point I want to go Split Rock. Either that or I go continue down Woronoco Trail and call that a day. So I think I might give Split Rock a chance. I do have some other bailouts if I have to. I can always bail out over here and then take Shaw Trail back to Fundy, but I would prefer to see if I can actually make it. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're at the next junction here. Going to take Split Rock Trail. It's 1.3 miles more to get to Shaw Trail. And then I think Shaw Trail is another probably 2 miles. So this is definitely going to be a pretty exhausting hike. But I think I can do it. You know, or I won't. Right? You only have two ways. You either do it or you don't do it. If I don't do it, then I'll be on the side of the trail somewhere. And hopefully somebody will find me. If not, I'll make it to the end and be exhausted. But I'll be happy. So that's what I'm doing. So if I had to guess, I'm probably maybe 3/4 of the way around Split Rock Trail. There's been lots of little boulders all over the place. Maybe that's why it got its name. There's a lot of split boulders. Haven't really encountered anybody on the trail at all, other than one other guy with his daughter, and that's about it. So it's been pretty quiet. I guess not a lot of hikers around here. More people that just want to stay at the campground. Wow, it's a huge boulder over there. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm probably going to get closer to it. It's over there in the woods. The thing is gigantic. Looks like the trail leads over to it, so that'll be nice if it goes by it. Wow. That is one huge boulder. Looks like the size of one of those Jawa walkers from Star Wars. Gigantic. Wow. That's crazy. I'll have to take a little peek around it. I can't believe the size of this thing. It's just one single boulder. Can't imagine the amount of energy it takes to move something like that. It's got to be 30 feet high. You can see some areas where it's split off from the rock. Very cool. Well, I'm gonna head back to the trail and keep moving on before I lose my energy. I'm still only about halfway around, I'd say, to the entire length of the trail that I'm trying to hit. A little beautiful spot along the trail where there's a beaver dam holding back some of the water that I believe feeds into one of the other ponds and stuff, because this all heads back towards the campground. So still on split rock, some more gigantic boulders. You can see one down there, one up ahead on the trail, a couple over here to the right. It's pretty enormous rocks. I guess they appropriately named the trail though. Definitely lots of big rocks. Oh, looks like there might even be cave in there. No, all kind of small little cave area in the middle, in between the rocks. Wow, oh my God. Wait till you see this rock. I thought that other one was big. I think this one takes the cake. This thing's got to be 50, 60 feet tall. Wow. That is crazy. Look at this thing. Thing's gigantic. Okay, the trail goes down there, but I'm going to take a little exploration of this thing. This thing is gigantic. Can't believe how big it is. There's a little gap underneath for animals to live in. Just enormous. Well, this was definitely worth the hike in to see this. It's too bad Yvonne couldn't join me, but I really don't think she could have made the hike out here. Unfortunately, it's probably a little bit too much. I can definitely feel my knees are starting to get in rough shape, so hopefully it's not too bad. I could make it. So I think we made it to the bottom of Split Rock Trail. I gotta figure out which way we go from here. I believe maybe there's another trail marker somewhere, because one of these directions heads towards the mountain and the other way heads somewhere else. So I'm gonna go consult the map. So after consulting the map, looks like we're going this way. And this is gonna be another 1.3 miles or so. which will then bring us to South Ridge Trail, which then we're going to take a left on and head down across to the fire tower. And I think South Ridge Trail is pretty much at the peak of the mountain, which is 908 feet or so. Not very big, but considering we're at, you know, probably like sea level most of this hike over here, it's definitely going to be some uphill. So conserve my battery and record more later. So I guess the good and bad of it is that we're starting the ascent up to the top of the mountain. I say things are getting a little steeper. Probably have about another 0.2 of a mile to get to the South Ridge Trail, which is probably at the top of this hill. And then I'll start going around the south ridge of the mountain over to the fire tower. And then from what I've been told, it's about 4.5 miles back down from the fire tower to the road. So yeah, it's a lot. So I think in total, I think this trail is probably like a 12-mile. Definitely more than I was thinking I was going to try to do today, but there's no easy way to back out of it, so just got to keep pushing forward, right? Onward and upward. So looks like I need to find a way across because the bridge is out, but it looks like it's not too hard to get over it. I'm just gonna go this way. Oh yeah, piece of cake. Let's see what it says. Should have had this sign on the other side too. Bridge closed. If your phone is your only navigation tool, please stay off this trail. Do not use this trail if you are not an experienced hiker and possess skills to navigate using a map. Search and rescue operations can expose blah blah blah. Yeah. All right. Whatever. So I'm finally made it to the South Ridge Trail. Starting to head towards the fire tower, but my GoPro was out of battery and I didn't bring an extra with me, so I'll have to record the rest on my phone. But figured I'd stop and take a little breather here and hopefully be able to make it the rest of the way. Well, starting another ascent. This time this is pretty big ascent. Definitely steep. Hopefully it's not super long and get up there, and then it's all downhill from there. Tough hike. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's pretty much straight up. Looks like I made it. Here's I can see the fire tower through the trees. Just got a little ways left to go. Nice. There it is. Can't wait to see what the view is like up there. happy I stuck it out and made it. It's definitely a long trail. It's pretty brutal in some spots. Not so much because of the difficulty, but just the sheer mileage is a lot on my knees. So I'm finally coming down to the bottom of Mountain Trail, and we'll be coming out to the park road. That was definitely a big hike. My knees and ankles are definitely wrecked at this point, but hopefully when I get out to the main road I can catch one of the park rangers and see if I can get a lift back to the campsite. If not, it's probably about another 3 miles back to the campsite, so we'll see what happens. The entire loop, which is about 12 miles. It features, lots of these gigantic glacier boulders. Some of them, 60 feet tall, just a single boulder. And and then the apex was the fire tower, which had a view of the entire lake and forest from there. It was definitely worth doing. It was a little strenuous for me, and by the time I got back to the road, luckily she gave me a call and came and picked me up halfway down the road. So,
well, I figured it was going to take him, 2-3 hours or so maybe, and
it was almost 4 hours by the time.
Well, and yeah, I'll tell you the reason for me not going in a second, but excuse me. Yeah, after I kind of got up and I sat around for a few minutes, I'm like, I didn't have any signal. I'm not using my phone when we go camping, but I figured I'll go over in the corner there where there's, like one bar, and I'll try to call him to see if he's, dead on the side of the road. And he's like, oh yeah, right. Yeah, my knees are on fire and I'm on the side of the road, and yeah, just come get me. Then he kind of explained, what happened. It was a long hike.
Yeah.
A lot of up and downs, a lot of rocks, but, challenging. Yeah, I mean, he's a software engineer. He kind of sits around all day. So yeah, to get your body back in shape again.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do things.